Hi there, I just counted the holes that are in my frame, so there is a total of 809 holes. Considering that I drilled each of them 5 to 6 times, I have drilled and massaged these holes about 3,000 times. So as you can see, there's some in the head tube. There's gussets in this area, top to bottom. I have drilled the gussets down through the original tube that's below, and I have filled it up with Bondo and have drilled it again so that no water can go inside this area. Even the little cable guides I have drilled. The frame has been lengthened about 10-12 years ago. In this area here, there's about 60 millimeter extension in there, and in that area the frame is double. So here it's really tough to drill because the extension tube is most likely stainless steel. So all I could do is do some graphic dimples to carry the theme along, because it does look a little bit interruptive in this area here. So there's a gusset here, there's a gusset there. I'll turn it around again later. I put stabilizing rings on the top and bottom head tube areas to strengthen the area where the race sits. There is a strengthening piece that is drilled in between the tubes, and I have prepared for putting some aluminium rivet guides in there, little thingies where you can then bolt in a bottle cage on the top tube and on the bottom tube, because where I'm using this bike it gets up to 40 degrees in the summer, so a little bit of extra water is a good thing on the frame. I did have some holes which weren't perfect, so they were closed again by Bondo, and what happens when you do that, a little bit of a sausage of Bondo falls inside the tube that separates and falls about and makes a little clicky noise. So that's why I had to drill some holes to let these things fall out. Same here. I do still have some issues. I do believe that the majority of the things that make a little noise are in here, but I have ordered some cavity wax, and once the frame is painted I will treat this with cavity wax, which hopefully will glue the things in place and they stop wiggling and clicking and making a noise. So that's the major modifications in the front: gusset, 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 and stabilizing rings. I've drilled the bottom tube also, because this and that tube are superiorly strong, so there's no way my little 79 kilograms, 77 kilograms will need this. So that's why I felt confident to take some weight out by drilling. Something else I have done, I have welded on a eye for the rear mesh, which helped me to extend the wheelbase by about 12 millimeters, because originally this was bolted in, which is total nonsense. Also, it's not nice and it's not strong, and it's just continuously misadjusted. So that should solve a couple of problems this way. And yeah, that I think is it. I have also attempted to drill this tube here, but it just wasn't right looking, so I had them closed again so it's solid with Bondo. It's just still lighter than the steel, I hope. I have closed these things so that it'll be easier to clean. What I will do eventually, before I ride it, once the bicycle is painted, I will put some clear foil over the holes so that doesn't fill up with mud, because I'm planning to properly use this as a mountain bike. So yeah, that's it from the bottom. You see here also the drilled gusset from the bottom. This cable guide here on the left side, because the frame's always laying on this one, when I turn it around, work on it, drill, put Bondo, sand. So this was taking a little bit of a beating. Eventually it broke off. Remember, that wasn't there originally when the frame was extended here. That was the last cable guide, so I had another one put here, and this one came off, so it was braced on, so I had this welded on last week, and it's also integrated now and nice and strong. So this one I did not drill, versus all the others are. Okay, I think that's all. I have also straightened the frame. Wheel is nice in the center, and the fallout ends are nice and parallel, so everything is good. So I'm expecting, oh yeah, another thing. Obviously this frame has been a couple of times painted, and also a couple of times fillered. So last night I dug out all the cable guides and made sure that the cables go with enough space through there, so that's all clear. And I have bolted in all the areas, all the things that need to be bolted on. Same with the bottom bracket. I tried test fit that, and I also bolted on the lower cable guide. So all of it should be now just needing color. And I have decided on a petrol blue, a nice fresh, slightly greenish blue, and that should now happen relatively swiftly, because all we need to do now is paint. I'll put gray primer next. I will then paint the whole thing in white so I can mask off the graphics. I'm gonna put some graphics in the lower tube in this kind of area. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna write on there. I have used recycled in the past. I have used papas in the past, so I'm not sure. I need to think about that, but I do have a couple of days time. So next thing is next thing is primer. I will need to sand the primer. I will then put the white. I will sand the white everywhere but where the graphics are going to be. Then I will mask the graphics and paint the blue. I will then do the outline in leaf gold, and then we will add the whole thing in clear coat. So really hoping, I mean, I'm always, I learn to be careful with projecting finishing times, since I never know what's happening and when I have time for this or not, and where I will be. But let's hope that before Christmas I'm going to write that. So that's it for now. It's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did so, or you have any questions, then ask or let me know. Give me a thumbs up or criticize what you like to have different, and you have a good day.